Okay, now, so we'll quickly take a couple of examples for the SUMIF function. Now, what the SUMIF does for you is it allows you to perform addition with a condition. So, normally if I want to sum everything here, I'll just say is equals to sum, then I'll pick the range out. Okay, and then it sums everything up to 54. But now, what if I need to sum all numbers here as far as they are greater or equals to 4? That's what Sumif function does for you. So let's put the criteria here for, and then let's write the formula to say this time you use sum if, okay, then you pick the range just like you picked for sum. Okay, now you define the condition. Remember how we define the condition for count if? The same way you're going to define the condition. So here we'll say greater or equals to, let's use the conjunction sign 4. Okay, so it shows me that 38, that there are actually 38 if you sum up all numbers that are equals to 4. And there is a way to confirm. Now let's sum up all the numbers that are less than 4. Then once we add this and that number together, it should give us 54. Do you understand? So let's try that. Say sum if, okay, we pick the same range, and then we say less than 4. Let me not bother dividing anything. Oh, okay, let's just do it the right way. Okay, I'll pick it here. Can you see? So if I sum these two together, it gives me 54. So this is the sum of numbers that are greater or equals to 4, and this is the sum of numbers that are less than 4. So that's actually how we got 54 in this case. But then SUMIF can do lots more than this. What if, just imagine I want to actually count all the balls that belong to, or to sum up all these balls. How many balls does Sean have? Now here we know Sean has 5 balls, green balls, then he has 2 blue balls, and then he has 2 red balls. But we want to count everything together and say, imagine it's a very long data set. Here we can just say, okay, 5 plus 2 plus another 2, and we'll know it's 9. But imagine it's a very long data set and you don't want to do that. How can you actually use that with SUMIF? Very easy. Let me show you. So let's just say is equals to sum if. Okay, now this is the range you're picking this time because this is the range of your criteria. Note, in sum if you are picking the range of your criteria first. So I'm picking this range that I should calculate for this range. Then I'm giving the criteria. Let me just click the criteria here. E2 is shown, so I'm just picking the criteria because it's shown. Then I'm telling it to sum the numbers here. Can you see? So it's telling me that Sean has 9 balls. Now imagine here, we already say he has green balls, but let me add another. Let's say he has 11 green balls. Can you see it automatically updates the formula or the answer? So that's basically what you can do with SUMIF. SUMIF is able, you can use it to add a criteria to your summation function, and that is really important, especially when you need to probably make a decision from a data. It really would help you in that sense. But that's not all. There's still another function with the sum that we need to consider, and that the sum ifs. Remember, we have count if, and then we have count ifs. The same for sum. We have sum if, and then we have sum ifs. Now let's pick a case scenario for SUMIF. Is to say, for example, I want to count all the balls that I want to sum up all the balls that Sean has and that are green, and also sum up the balls that, let's say, Ayo has that are white. Do you understand that? Okay, or let's count. Let me put it this way so it becomes more straightforward. Let's count all the balls that belong to Sean, and then all the balls that are green. All the balls that belong to Sean and are green. Okay, now remember, you have here Sean green 5, you have another Sean green 11. Okay, but if we use sum if, you can only use one criteria. Okay, so I either use this as my filter, or as a condition, column E as my condition, or use column F as my condition. Now I want to use both column E and column F as my condition. So I want to sum up all balls that belong to Sean and are green. Now You can use the Sumif function to achieve that. So let me use the sum ifs to show you. Now remember the first thing I said when we were doing sum if is I said you are picking the criteria of your condition first in sum if. That's the order. The criteria of your condition, the range of your criteria of your condition, the criteria, then the sum range. But in this case, you're actually picking the sum range first. Okay, then you start defining your condition. Our condition 1 is that in this column it should be shown, right? So this column I want it to be shown. Let me do it this way. Okay, then criteria 2 is in this column I want it to be green. Do you understand? So here we are picking first the sum range, the range we want to sum, which is column G. Then we are saying in column E, I want it to be shown. If it's not shown, do not sum it. Then in column F here, in the color, I want it to be green. That means it must belong to shown and it must be green. Okay? Because the sum ifs, just like the COUNTA, if you use the AND condition, not the OR. When we get to logic, I think that will be sometimes next week. When we get to logic, I'll actually teach you the difference between and if. So if I say I have this and this, it means I'm satisfying both conditions. But if I say or, it means you only have to satisfy one of the conditions. But in this particular case, I need the sum if will give me the and. That means it must be shown and it must be green. Okay, so let's press enter. It shows me 16. Let's verify that. Shown has 5 green balls there, 5. Then shown as another 5 green balls here, 11, which is 16. Do you understand that? So that's the use case of the sum if. It's more like a sum if, but now you can use multiple criteria for it. Okay, I hope you understand that. Then in the next video, we'll actually go to the average function. Thank you.